For our media studies coursework, one of the main parts we had to consider was the development of ideas. How we basically made our sort of film planning, etc. progress just from the original brainstorming method. So when I first brainstormed it, I had basically chosen football already. I had noted down a mystery type of genre, but I just chose football. In this football idea, I wanted to integrate park football and maybe real life football, a real life match that I would record in one short film. I wanted it basically to change people's ideas of what football was like and show the passion inside football, showing the motivation of young players that I could get through interviewing them, whether this was real players or more local players, but still people often got the wrong impression of football, and this film will hopefully change what I think of it. I originally had hoped to film at Carrow Road, but I was not given permission, so I changed that part to a more local football team in Erpingham, and I found that when I had done that, it actually fitted my sort of plot line better than it would have done had I gone to Carrow Road, so that was a bonus as well. It is partly based on a true story, with the local football team used. I'll be filming them, and obviously I cannot change what happens to them, so it's going to be partly true. In that sense, it could be classed as a documentary style, but the park bit of the film is totally scripted, and the bit that I'm filming at Erpingham is scripted apart from how they perform on the pitch. I cannot choose what the scoreline is, but I can choose what I ask the players, so you could perhaps call it a fictional narrative, but the only narrative will occur in the second part of the film, and we cannot call it a documentary style because the first part of the film does not include anything that makes it worthy of being a documentary, so I think it's better to call it a narrative fictional, because it's mainly fictional apart from the team that I'm using are real, and there will be narration obviously when I interview the players and describe what's happening at the game. I came about this idea because I'm a keen football fan. This was the first idea I put down because what I think of all the time, whenever I think of ideas, football has to be considered as one of those main possibilities. I said earlier that mystery was also one of those, but I just felt that I'd be more interested in making something that I enjoy. Like, I'm a season ticket holder in Norwich City. I always watch football there. Have done for a while, and I've played for local clubs too, so I know with the fact that I'm using a local club in my film and the fact that I've played for one myself shows that I know what to include and how I can get it across in a good way. I've also seen a lot of football films already in the past. The most famous ones I've watched are Goal 2, Goal 3, Bend It Like Beckham and Fever Pitch are the main ones I've enjoyed, and I know there were coaching conventions, those that I'll talk about later. I also know a lot of friends that I could use in this film that have a lot of passion about football too, who will improve the way it's interpreted by the audience. So the codes and conventions of my film, based on what I have seen from other football films and taking short films into account. So I'm using 2 locations, which is a expectation of a short film, and I'm only using 4 main characters, which is another convention of a short film, and it will only be 5 to 10 minutes, and that kind of makes it already fit the short film template, shall we say. So often with football films you get a lot of fast-paced action in bad weather conditions. You expect when people play in the park for it to be like tackles flying in, like mud everywhere, rain, etc. That's just what stereotypically is normal with sort of park football, and that will be shown in my film. There's also often a twist in football films, and short films too, mainly. But for example, in The Goal, a film I've watched, I said that earlier, there is a twist. For example, the main character is sort of, he hates his dad, his dad hates him, and what he doesn't know until the end of the film is that actually, after a while, his dad forgave him and ended up watching his son play, and the main character didn't realise this until the very end of the film, and it was sort of something really unexpected. But so it was weird seeing the dad forgiving the son. Then obviously with the dad passing away, it just made it more like a wow moment, should we say. There's also a lot of tension and drama and passion in all football films. With football, you've always got tense moments, dramatic things happening, and that will be shown in my film as well, along with the focus on one main player, because in a lot of football films you see the focus on one main person, regardless of whether they're a fan or a player, and that just makes it easier to engage the audience and the characters, which is crucial when making a film. There's also minimal dialogue in short films, and with my film being based around the action of football, there'll be little dialogue apart from the narration bit that will obviously interview players and describe what's going on. But apart from that, the bit in the park there's limited dialogue, and that fits the codes and conventions of a short film. Often in football films, if there's footage of the crowds, you see a lot of talking between them about what's going on. And if I had a film at Carrow Road, that would have happened. But obviously, I'm not. I did, however, consider that as a convention if I had gone there. And most of these football films are based on true stories. In Goal, you've got the story of like Newcastle United, Real Madrid, the England national team. In Fever Pitch, you've got it focusing on Arsenal and Liverpool. And in Bend It Like Beckham, you sort of got it, of course, on David Beckham and Man United. And my film will be based on Erpingham Football Club, so that again is a true story, and that is how I have developed my idea, really. Just thinking about the codes and conventions, sort of going with what I really enjoy, and that's helped me plan my film and produce things such as screenplays and storyboards. And so hopefully it will be a success.